Hi, everybody. It's Monika, Kiss FM. On the phone with me is none other than Angela Palladini, and she portrays VERUCA Salt on Roald Dahl's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Hey, Angela.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing so very great. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Have you ever been to El Paso?
I have not been to El Paso. I'm really, really looking forward to it.
Well, we can't wait for you guys to get into town. We've got the best Mexican food anywhere in the United States. I'm going to go as far as saying that. So you got to try that out. But let's talk about your career and how did you get started on Broadway?
Well, I actually started dancing when I was 5 years old. And the funny story is that my mother wasn't totally certain that I was going to love it. So instead of spending a bunch of money on like a leotard for ballet class and tights, she actually made me wear a bathing suit to my first ballet
really?
class. And many, many years later, here I am. I started in the competition dance world, and when I was about 13 years old, a scout from a pre-professional ballet company talked to my parents and said, we really think that she has a gift, and we would really like for her to hone in on her ballet skills specifically. So I spent the majority of my high school and early career in the ballet and contemporary dance world, and it wasn't until about 7 years ago that I decided to really make that switch into musical theater. And so I really had to kind of play catch up, if you will, because I was amongst all of these other people who had years and years of vocal training and years of acting. And I hadn't touched an acting class since I was 10 years old. So I really had to put in a ton of work, but like most things, hard work does pay off, especially if you've got the mental stamina as well to go through it. So I booked my first national tour doing the Broadway show Annie back in 2014 and was on the road with them for about 6 months, and then have been working in New York City, assisting different choreographers and doing some regional theater work. And this show is very near and dear to my heart. I grew up with the 1971 Warner Brothers film Charlie and the Chocolate Factory that starred Gene Wilder, and I kind of used him actually as a platform for my whole entire career because he really spoke to me because I've always been such a dreamer, and he's cool in that role of Willy Wonka is kind of saying, like, if you can dream it, you can do it.
Did you have any kind of stage fright when you were younger and you were getting on stage, especially being put out there in a bathing suit by your mom?
Yeah, right. I know. She, to this day, she actually came to see our opening and she was like crying, just laughing too, because she says, I can't believe I made you do that. No, I really never dealt with stage fright. I was actually speaking to another company member of ours the other day about this. The stage for me has always felt like the one place that's been home. And I'm not entirely certain as to why, but it's a feeling that goes throughout my entire body that's almost electric. And stage fright was never an issue for me. I actually feel more secure on stage at times than I even do in the regular world.
Wow. That's really good advice also for somebody who maybe has aspirations of getting on stage, that maybe they don't feel as secure in the real world, but when you get on stage, like you said, it's a make-believe and you can be anybody that you want.
Exactly. And there's kind of that safety too. And there's something really beautiful. And I think their company, as I've worked quite a bit, but this company in particular is really, really special. Everyone is very connected, both on and off the stage, but on the stage specifically. And it's really a beautiful energy that happens. And I think that's very necessary in order to get, especially this beautiful story across.
I do love the story of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Let's talk about some of the characters. And you're very lucky that you're portraying VERUCA Salt. She's probably one of the most popular characters and even the inception of the band VERUCA Salt.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. VERUCA Salt is without a doubt the most spoiled, rotten brat that I have ever come across. But she is so much fun to portray on stage because it's so not something, at least I'd like to think so, something that I am in real life. And so it really is pushing me as an actor as well to kind of find those nuances and that different energy. And I get to play a villain in a way because there's not many opportunities of getting to do that. And she is the daughter of a peanut billionaire, Mr. Salt. And he is an interesting character to me because he's a billionaire. Like he has his own business and he's very successful. And yet when it comes to his daughter, it's anything and everything she wants. So it's kind of like he has a switch, but only for her.
Well, and that changes towards the end of the story.
Yes, it does. It definitely does. Yeah, which you'll have to come see the show.
Of course.
How that happens.
Let's talk about some of the familiar things that folks are going to see with the musical versus the movie. You know, it's not the exact same thing, but there are some things that are similar, like the glass elevator, I believe, is in the musical.
Yes, and that's such a beautiful, beautiful sequence in the show. Pure imagination is another one. Our set designer is absolutely brilliant. And every night on stage, even now, I still feel, as I'm talking about it, I'm getting chills. I still feel like I am in that factory and in that world. And Pure Imagination is so breathtaking, both musically, the set, the energy with everybody on stage. You'll also find, of course, the iconic I've Got a Golden Ticket with Grandpa Joe and Charlie Bucket and Mrs. Bucket and the grandparents.
Oh.
Candyman is another one that you'll recognize. And so there are definitely lots of similarities, but a lot of new magic that our director, Matt Lentz, based on our original director, Jack O'Brien, have infused into this musical.
I can't wait to watch it. I've never seen it, and it's going to be in town coming up January 29th through February 2nd at the Plaza Theater, and you're going to fall in love with our theater here in El Paso. I promise you, it is beautiful.
So excited. I can't wait.
Let's talk about the Oompa Loompas.
Yes, the Oompa Loompas. They are, all of the people who are Oompa Loompas in the show, they're our ensemble, and they are phenomenal. The Oompa Loompas are just as cute and mysterious as they are in both the older film, the Gene Wilder film, and then the new Johnny Depp version. But they're really, I can't reveal any of the magic.
Okay, that's okay.
They are, yes, but they are really something to see. They're incredible.
And let's talk about Willy Wonka himself. Of course, he's going to be in the musical, be singing all our favorite tunes from the film.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, Candyman is one of them. Pure Imagination, of course, and then some new music that are from Mark Shaman and Scott Whitman, who wrote the music for Charlie and the Chocolate Factory as well. The actor that plays Willy Wonka is truly a wonderful human being, and he has really honed in on just who Willy Wonka actually is, with giving his own spin on it. And he is that tall, lanky, mysterious man that we've known from Gene Wilder. Every night I'm on stage with him is truly an honor.
Oh my gosh. What about the costumes for the set?
Oh, the costumes. Well, my costume is so ornate and so beautiful. It's because VERUCA Salt in this particular production is a ballerina. And so I'm actually in pointe shoes the entire show, so toe shoes. And I have a big pink tutu and a pink leotard, a pink wrap, and a tiara on the top of my head. I mean, it could not be more pink.
Right.
And they're beautiful. I mean, all of the costumes are really, really stunning. And the attention to detail that goes into them is truly remarkable. I mean, that's the thing we always talk about. This show is not just the cast. It's the orchestra. It is crew. It is wardrobe, hair, makeup. There are so many elements that go into it, and it all really comes together like one big, beautiful puzzle.
Well, you know, the magic of Broadway brings everything to life, and it's glorious, and I love watching it. Do you recommend this for younger kids to go watch the show?
Yes, yeah, it's absolutely appropriate for, I would say, around age 6, but you could even go younger. We had some very little ones, actually, back in our previous city in Miami, Florida. But yeah, anyone from ages 6 to 106. It really does span. Definitely. Yeah.
I love it. I can't wait for you guys to come in. Talking to Angela Palladini. She is portraying VERUCA Salt in Roald Dahl's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. It's heading to El Paso coming up January 29th through February 2nd. And it's going to be a fantastic show. Get your tickets. I think they start like at $40, which is a phenomenal deal for Broadway. Angela, thank you so much for your time. And we can't wait for you to come into town and see our beautiful city. And then definitely go check you out at the Plaza Theater.
Thank you so much, Monica. Can't wait to see you all at the factory.